Hi friends, so welcome to my channel. We have come up with a new portfolio review request, and this time it's a very interesting portfolio which was sent to us by Mrs. Deepika. She's a homemaker. She's 34 years of age currently. She has recently started investing in different funds. She has no background of finance. She does not know a lot about finance like most of us, and she started doing so by watching different videos, uh, possibly on YouTube. So hats off to you, madam. First of all, you are a homemaker, and I have an immense respect towards all the homemakers. All the homemakers are like Goddess Lakshmi. So now coming to your portfolio, so as we all know that if we start initiating our mutual fund portfolio, we accumulate so many funds that occurs with everyone. So she also has accumulated 11 different funds of different category, including gold, debt, hybrid. Then there is a thematic fund, index fund, flexi cap, small cap, mid cap, every kind of fund she is having in her portfolio. So we just want to look at the different allocation. So generally, if you have, I think for any kind of portfolio, there are five or six more for mutual funds are good enough. If you go beyond that, you will actually end up over diversifying your portfolio. That hampers your returns in a long duration. So total monthly investment she wants to do is 15,000. She is having 11 funds. You can see there is a gold fund, debt fund, then there is a hybrid fund, there's a mid cap, flexi cap, a small cap index fund, ELSS, thematic, and there is an international fund. So 11 different kind of funds she's have currently having in her portfolio. So a portfolio looks quite cluttered at this point of time with the accumulation of so many funds. So she'll have to bear a uh, lot of expense ratio with 11 different kind of funds. So we would like to help her in order to clutter her portfolio, and so that the portfolio can become more profitable for her. So we can see that there is a GM Flexi Cap fund which is really good. It's slightly different from the different Flexi Cap fund that is slightly more aggressive. There is no problem with GM Flexi Cap fund. It's a very good fund. Then Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund, it has been a favorite fund for most of the investors for a while. Then there is an Adelweiss hybrid fund. I don't think that hybrid fund is needed for 5-15 years of horizon. Then there is UTI Nifty 50 fund. I think that is fine, but I don't think there is UTI Nifty Next 50 is required because the allocation is already there in the large cap along with a mid cap fund. So I don't think that is needed. Then coming to the quantum ELSS fund. So madam, one thing I would like to tell you that you are not going to save any taxes under 80C. You are not claiming any taxes, so I don't think there is a requirement of an ELSS fund in your portfolio. Then you have a pure gold fund, which is a quantum gold fund that has 100% allocation towards the gold. I don't think that is also required. And then there is a Nasdaq fund, Motilal Oswal Nasdaq 100 fund. So I think earlier it was a good fund, but currently the mandate of the SEBI has changed as per the foreign equity. So they have limited the ratio to be invested in the foreign equity funds. So I think there are some mandates. So we'll be looking to that mandates also. So now JM Flexi Cap Fund is good. Small Cap Access Small Cap Fund is also good with a very good downward protection. So that makes the Access Small Cap Fund is more desirable for some point, though it is not performing well for some time, but it's a very good fund. So you should continue your investment in that fund. So what we can see that this is a cluttered portfolio with lot of funds, no need of ELSS fund. Then there is a Nasdaq fund, which I want to tell about SEBI mandate. Then there is an Aditya Birla fund, which is completely debt fund. So if you invest in a debt fund for 15 years of time, you will ultimately be hampering your returns. If you would have invested in a equity fund, it would have been better. You would realize after 15 years. then there is a no need of Nifty Next 50 because you are already having an allocation in Nifty 50, and then there is a mid cap, good mid cap fund is also there. So that is not required. Gold fund is also not required. Thematic funds are quite risky, and the Invesco infrastructure fund what you have chosen is actually a good fund, but the stock, if you look at, you will find those stock in other funds also. So I don't think a thematic fund, a risk of thematic fund should be taken. It is worth to be taken at in this portfolio, I feel. So this is what we have observed. So there are the mandates of SEBI which we have to follow. So I think they have limited uh, cut the investment percentage in the foreign equities. ELSS also is not required, madam, in your portfolio anyway, because you are not going to claim your taxes under 80C. Now look at the SEBI. What SEBI has said, that this fund has already reached its maximum allocation. So that is why this fund is not accepting any SIPs or lump sum investment. So this is what we have seen, and this is what we do not encourage you to invest in this fund, Nasdaq fund. Though even though it is a good fund, we do not encourage any of our viewers to invest in Nasdaq fund at this point in time. Okay, so now coming to the our suggestions, I don't think 11 funds are needed. So you should exit 6 funds. I understand that ELSS fund can't be exited at this point of time because it has a mandate of 3 years. But rest of the funds which we have shown, there is no need of gold fund and there is no need on debt fund. ELSS is not needed. Nasdaq, which we have already discussed. Nifty Next 50 is also not needed. And what I have seen, that you are quite tilted towards the non-equity part in your investment. So I can see there is a pure debt fund, there is a dedicated gold fund, and then there is a hybrid fund also. So I would suggest you, instead of investing in 3 different funds, there is a very good one fund that has that will provide you exposure in gold, equity, debt and cash. That is ICICI Multi Asset Allocator Fund. It's a very good fund. So instead of investing in 3 different funds, this fund would solve all your purpose of diversification. Then is a JM Flexi Cap Fund. You should continue with it. You should continue with the Axis Small Cap Fund also. You should continue with the Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund also. Then there is a UTI Nifty 50 Fund. You can continue. Generally, I don't think that one should invest incrementally or on SIP basis in a Nifty 50 or any index fund, uh, because that in that way, if you are investing in a Nifty 50 or Sensex, that means you are that way you are satisfying yourself with just 10 to 12% of the returns. But since you are not, you won't be doing SIPs, you will do a lump sum investment every month. So it is good in investing in a Nifty 50 fund. Just look at the market. Whenever the Nifty 50 is down, you can invest. So thanks for watching. All the best, madam, for your investment. And this video is only for the financial education. Thank you.